Like I said earlier, I'm a Democrat. I will vote Democrat the rest of my life. Okay? So to call me what she wants to believe for her political purposes, to make it black, white, brown, or whatever, is so untrue.
Oh, what a day it is to be alive. Oh boy. So this exploded for some reason. Instead of it just being a minor supermarket dispute complaining about too many items in the fast lane, the fast checkout, turned into a complete unadulterated eating of their own. Oh my, oh my. So this is from the Washington Examiner. Now, obviously, I was going to wait, like most people, I was going to wait and see how this thing, marinated and blew up. And it blew up probably worse for the state representatives, Erica Thomas, if you will. So let's read the Washington Examiner from yesterday. This is untrue. Man accused of killing black lawmaker to go back where you came from speaks out. Now, I understand. That sounds bad, right, for him. But it gets better. Oh, boys and girls, it gets way better. So, a man accused of telling a black Georgia lawmaker to go back where she came from is in public grocery stores speaking out with a different version of events. In a Facebook Live video on Friday, State Representative Erica Thomas recounted the alleged incident. Quote, "This white man comes up to me and says, 'You lazy son of a beep! You need to go back where you came from,' she said. Quote, 'I said, sir, you don't even know me. I'm not lazy. I'm 9 months pregnant.' Unquote." Right.
He said, "You lazy son of a you need to go back where you came from."
But you see, boys and girls, that's what she claimed. But Eric Sparks, though, the man being accused of the white man, but Eric Sparks isn't exactly just a white man. He's a protected class. He's also Cuban, but white.
I'm Hispanic. I am Cuban. I am not white. I am white, but I am Cuban. I was raised with a Cuban grandmother that didn't speak any English. In the late 60s and 70s, I felt racism and prejudice.
And there you have it, folks. The far left eating their own. You got a far left Democrat state legislator getting called out for putting too many items in the checkout, the fast lane, the checkout for 10 items or less. And you got a white Cuban-looking guy being accused of being racist, but then this guy says, "I got SJW points." Growing up in the 60s and 70s, I felt racism as my grandmother, who didn't speak a lick of English, who's Cuban, by the way. I'm Cuban, but white. Oh, I mean, this is just so tasty now. It's not even funny. So the black woman, Erica Thomas, she assumed this guy's racist, and she assumed him just being a white man, and he wasn't. He was Cuban. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is great. I mean, you can't make this up. When you thought Clown World couldn't get any clownish, it just got more clown. Oh boy. But let's finish the story up here with a couple of different takes on the news, how they said it. The man in question, Eric Sparks, however, later told WSB-TV his side of the story following an explosive confrontation between him and Thomas. While he admitted that he did call her this word, biatch, Sparkles did deny telling her to go back. Quote, "That's all I said after that, and I walked out of Publix," he said, adding to that he's of Cuban descent. Quote, "Her words stated on Facebook in her video stating I told her she needs to go back where she came from are untrue." He also accused Thomas of making the story up for political purposes. Probably correct. Quote, "Like I said earlier, I'm a Democrat," he said. "I will vote Democrat for the rest of my life, okay? Yeah, that makes you stupid now, so I don't like either of these people." Not because of their race, just because they're Democrats. So to call me what she wants to believe for her political purposes, that make it black, white, brown, or whatever, that is so untrue. Thomas, however, is sticking by her version of events for now, and wants to see Sparks held accountable. How is he going to hold accountable? There's no law being broke here. The police aren't going to investigate this. For what? There's nothing going on here. It's a confrontation between some lady abusing the system at a supermarket, which you don't really technically enforce anyways. I'm not going to read the public statement because it's stupid. It's corporate speak. It says the incident falls, of course, this week because this lady's making up for political purposes, like Sparks said. But they're both Democrats. But the oh, this is awesome. Here's from the Daily Wire from today from Ryan Saavedra. It says Georgia Democratic State Rep Eric Thomas claimed in a tweet Friday that a white man told her to go back where she came from. At a grocery store claim they were viral but is now being disputed. The incident reportedly happened Friday at Atlanta area public store when a man named Eric Sparks allegedly confronted Thomas for having too many items on the express lane. Thomas tweeted, "Today I was verbally assaulted in a grocery store by a white man," but he's also Cuban and a Cuban grandmother, didn't speak like English, "who told me I was a lazy SOB and I had to go back where I came from because I had too many items on the express lane. My husband wasn't there to defend me because he's on the active duty serving the country I came from, USA." Good God, this lady's terrible. I feel sorry for the husband. Thomas' claim trended off the top of Twitter, of course. On Saturday, generated extensive coverage across media. Thomas also posted the incident emotional video on her Facebook account. "This white man comes up to me and says, 'You lazy son of a bee. You need to go back where you came from,'" Thomas alleged. "Sir, you don't even know me. I'm not lazy. I'm 9 months pregnant."
He said, "You lazy son of a you need to go back where you came from."
But you see, the story doesn't really end there. After all this confrontation, in this video here, she says this.
"And I'm in the 10 aisle, the aisle that says 10 items or less. Yes, I have 15 items, but I'm not much."
She just admitted right there. She was in the 10 items or less lane, and she had 15 items. Okay? But it gets better. Later she admitted this.
"And you know what? I had 11 items.
Let me play that again.
And you know what? I had 11 items.
There you have it. She said in a crying video she had 15. Now in this video that you just heard, she had 11 items in the 10 item lane. So which is it? 15 or 11? You can see what she's doing here. But let's finish the Daily Wire here. He says he's a Cuban lifelong Democrat. This woman's playing political purposes. The viral video says this white man comes up to me and says, "You need to go back where you came from." 24 hours later, this is where the key here. This is from Matt Wolking. I don't know. I don't want to say he said go back to your country or go back to where you came from, but he has been making those types of references. He was making those type of references? Well, which is it? Was he making them or wasn't he? What's the type of reference he's talking about? I don't get that. Daily Wire reviewed a Facebook account that appears to belong to Sparks, and the content on the account perhaps casts even more doubt on the accuracy of Thomas's claims. In multiple Facebook posts days prior to the incident, Sparks made it clear that he is not a fan of President Donald Trump and came to the defense of far-left reps Cortez, Omar, Tlaib, and Presley over Trump's attacks on them last week. And then this is from NBC News. Of course, you get a good picture of her there with a couple of other lawmakers to make her, give her legitimacy, but no pictures of Mr. Sparks because he's white apparently. I don't know. Much of the same story. In a bizarre twist, during the press conference Thomas was holding on Saturday in the parking lot of the Publix where the incident occurred, the man who confronted her interrupted the event to identify and defend himself. In the video caught by NBC affiliate WXIA, Eric Sparks told the gathered media that he did say the B word, in his verbal altercation with Thomas, but disputes he ever said go back where he came from. Spark defended himself by saying he is Cuban, votes Democrat, and does not support Donald Trump. I guess you need to have some qualifiers, right? Her words stated on Twitter in the video stating I told her she needs to go back to where she came from aren't true. I'm Cuban, I'm not white, I'm white, but I'm Cuban. After Saturday, Thomas stood by her original account and said, go, blah, blah, blah. Thomas said she decided to share her story because people are getting really out of control. I just had to tell them what's going on in this world, and all I know is I see Omar, and y'all seen this stuff about send her back. On Wednesday at a rally, okay, got that. Don't rehash that. Oh, this is good. This is, of course, Bill de Blasio gets in on it without getting the full scope of what's going on. I decided, so I've said it before and I'll say it again. It begins with a tweet, then a chant, now a racist attack on a 9-month-old lawmaker and military wife just trying to feed her family. Oh, shut the fuck up, Bill de Blasio, you piece of frickin' garbage. And by the way, Bill de Blasio, that's not your last name. This is Wilhelm, you dick. Hashtag, I stand with Erica. So Thomas told WXIA that she filed a police report on the incident. For what? And then this is some of the audio comes from WSB TV 2. So there you have it. Essentially, this whole thing could have been fixed. You understand? Just could have been fixed. Probably should have ignored it and said, forget it. But apparently he couldn't handle her going through the line with more items than prescribed. But Publix doesn't confront customers who put more items on the conveyor. I don't know. But again, this is just a curious case of both these individuals who are Democrats eating their own and calling each other racist or something. I don't know. Hopefully this ends here. But I seriously doubt it.